Everybody, Jeff, your executive gardener. I know it's been a few years since I posted anything, but certainly life gets in the way. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to start dusting off this channel and start creating content. I'm going to hire somebody to assist with some of the marketing, and I'm going to change the channel up a little bit. So I still continue to be pretty busy in my business. I travel a lot, still growing stuff up here in Pittsburgh. Of course, I started the channel in Houston, but I'm going to do a little bit in the channel. I'm going to have fun. So, as you know, this channel has never been about gardening on the cheap, I'll say, or inefficiently. My channel is more about helping busy people garden and grow their own food. Sometimes it costs a little bit more for convenience, but in addition, I'm going to have some fun with it too. I'm going to take you on the road with me as I travel across the country. Some of it will be gardening content, some of it won't. You can tune into the videos you want, but we're going to have some fun with it, not take gardening so serious. And we're going to focus on educating and sharing you with what I'm growing. I'll give you some tips along the way, and we'll have some fun on the way. So the clips you're going to see now are of my garden here in Pittsburgh. I'm transitioning from the spring winter garden into the summer garden. So I'll share a few clips. Things will start ramping up as we move along. Just give me a little bit of time, and we'll build it up over time. You should see some new content and stuff added to it. As always, let's keep our comments positive. Let's keep the community positive. There's no reason to get negative about gardening. Let's have some fun with it. Anyway, look forward to connecting with many of you in the comments. Anyway, as always, click and subscribe. Love to bring you along the journey. Thanks.
Beautiful day here in the suburb of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You'll see tomato. We've had a ton of rain here lately, folks. You'll see that the lettuce is still going strong. Got to cut that back, and then I've got kale here, and I got to replace these kale plants with some peppers and tomatoes. It's getting to the point where it's going to get bitter. It's getting too warm for the kale. So then we've got some red Russian kale and some dinosaur kale. And we're going to pull that today. So I'll bring you back once we get this kale out, pulled, make room for the tomato plants and pepper plants and some other summer type things. And of course, we've got some onions around there as well. We'll show you later. I'll bring you back when I get these things cut and pulled. Here's some of the harvest. So all the kale is cut. Everything's good to go. This is just a fraction of what we've harvested this year. And over here, we've just got some unbelievable, beautiful lettuce. I can't remember the name of it, but unbelievable. Everybody always asks me, why do you kind of grow your own stuff? Number one is I want to get stuff like this that you can't get in the grocery store. So much more nutritious water content to it. And no pesticides. Everything has been completely organically grown. This again is maybe a 1/6 of the crop that I've gotten, but I got to start getting the lettuce and the kale out before it starts bolting. All right, everybody, I've cleared out the kale. I got about 6 big bags of kale and lettuce, like big bags, in a Ziploc in the refrigerator. I've cleared them out. So what you see here is we got these sweet Vidalia onions growing. I think they've got about another week, and then I'll pick them. Got peppers, another pepper plant, and then some tomato plants, and then I still got a little bit of lettuce. I'm gonna wait till next week to pick that. And celery. The celery probably in the next week or two will be fully grown. There's a celery plant that didn't get as much sun, but everything's doing pretty well. So I replaced those kale with cucumbers. And these are special cucumbers I get from Ukraine. As I've talked about before, they have probably 8 female flowers to every 2 male flowers. Just the opposite of what you usually get in the stores here in the United States. So I shipped them in from Ukraine, non-GMO type cucumbers. And in the bottom here, I'll just show you a few things. Got a boxcar willy. We've got a sweet tomato. We got a pepper plant. And then we've got a bunch of pepper plants in pots right here, okay? These things took a little bit of a beating, but they're starting to come back and starting to produce some fruit. And then we've got cucumbers down there. There's a nice sized pepper on that plant. And then we've got 2 more cukes that are starting here. Let me show you my grow stalk garden as well. In the meantime, actually, I'm going to show you this. So this is a lime tree. I mean, it's just got a ton of fruit this year. It took a while for this to start fruiting, but this year we're looking to get a bunch of fruit. You'll see there's some over here, some here, some there. So it's doing pretty well. This is just a giant fig tree that we have in a giant container. Starting to warm up, so it's really starting to take off. I'll show you some of the other things that I have in my garden that are growing now too. So as you can imagine, in Pittsburgh, we get a long winter. So all of these are berry plants. Here you've got another key lime, which is again putting out just a ton of fruit. Got a lemon tree, which doesn't seem to have done anything yet. I don't know if it's going to be there next year, but all these rest are raspberry plants. We've got some grapevines that I'm thinking of getting rid of this year. They haven't done much, but the blackberries and the raspberries have been super prolific, and those were all blackberry, raspberry. You'll see some blackberries there, blackberry, blackberry, blackberry. You've got some blackberries that haven't turned yet, but they're doing very well. Blackberry. This is a mulberry tree. There's a blackberry. Another small fig tree. And then we've got a ton of blueberry plants across here. You can see the blueberries right there. So all of these things have to come in the winter, so they go in the garage and then they come back out in the spring. And on here, what I've done is in my grow stalk garden, I haven't built up all of them yet, but I've planted just a bunch of cherry tomatoes and a few pepper plants. So it's just surrounded. But again, we're just starting to get into the 70s and 80s now, which is ideal for the Pittsburgh area for growth with these plants. It was a very late winter, and we had 55 degrees last week. This giant tree is a 5-in-1 Honeycrisp apple, Fuji apple, etc. It was doing well, and then we got a frost. As you can see, it basically killed all the flowers and the buds. So I guess that's how gardening goes. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get anything from that this year. But all of these things, if you live up north, you gotta grow berries in containers, and there's some more lettuce there, you can see. Otherwise they'll die in the winter. Now the apple tree does need frost hours, so that can stay out, but all the others, the fig trees, the fruit trees, the grapevines, all of them have to come in for the winter or they'll be dead, obviously, including the citrus tree. Excuse me, yeah, the lime trees and the lemon trees. Anyway, that's what's growing here. There's my fake owl. But we should have a ton of fruit this year, ton of tomatoes, peppers, all of that type of stuff. Again, the grapevines not doing so well. They produce a ton of vines and a ton of leaves, but not really much fruit to speak of, and I'm not sure why. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope everybody enjoyed this session of The Executive Gardener. We'll speak to you in a few weeks.